Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to Blueprints. We join back with my live stream already in progress.
Casino. Casino's going to have a lot of money in it, you know. But I'm not going to draft. I'm not going to go in there, and I'm not going to draft from in there because I have rerolls in this room. So I'll do it. Come in here, get an apple. Apple with some salt will be worth 3, which is nice. There's no like interesting gems or hall passes just hanging out here. All right. If I can go ahead and get that courtyard now, I'd be very happy. Use the key. I mean, Armory's a dead end. I don't have the gems for the trophy room, so I can't. Spare bedroom. Let's do the reroll. I got enough of them, I can kind of think. Nope, that creates a loop. Don't want any of that. Reroll again. There's the courtyard I so politely asked for. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the courtyard. Let's go in here. Yes, lots of things I need. And now I could get the treasure trove. How many keys do I have? I have 3. Yes. Food. Do I dare? A nail. Old nail. Do I open this? I think I do. Lots of money. Okay. All right. And then we come in here. Good. I have $39. So I can come in here and gamble and try to get up to 50 so I can play roulette. I could also use my broken handle on this guy. But like a good casino, there's no clock in here. So I think we bail. I think we bail and we hang out. And man, I could have walked around. No, not really. It's a loop. How are we doing on time? I'm really, really concerned about this. So I'm going to hang out here for hours. I feel like I should be on the clock maybe, but it also looks like a thing I can break if I really wanted to. Southward I see a swan, ashes like sands on the shore, carried by western winds. Roguelike the moon of the north, eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. Swan shore, winds north, crow forth. And it says sacred on the sun, like. And that's the symbol of the fallen kingdom of the Black Flag, which was destroyed in the war. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to stream, but and I don't have a lot of steps, but I want something to happen successfully today. So I think I might just chill out here. My biggest concern is if I just chill out here, I will cut it out of the YouTube, and this might only be one episode for this day. And I don't have a lot of footage backed up, so it's a weird choice. But what else are you gonna do? But I think this is the play. I don't I mean, I should have drafted out of the courtyard. That's on me. I really should have. Tomorrow you will start with 1 key for each time room you draft today, and I've only drafted the one. While we hang out and wait a little more than an hour. Unless it's 12:30, which I don't think it is. It's 1:30 that I care about, right? Yeah, it's 1:30. That's clearly 1:30. All right. We're going to chill here. My worry is that, like, you start the day at 1, but that doesn't make a lot of sense based on what I'm seeing here. Looking out the window. Check some nooks and crannies. Leave no stone unturned. Alrighty. Clocktower. Access to, what does this say? Access to the Clocktower has always been heavily restricted, which might explain why maintenance has been unable to mend the potentially halted clock face, a testament to the unchanging winds of this sacred hour. That's a real sus thing to say. An underground store. My green screen just fell. Yep, my green screen just fell off of its hinge, so that's fun. Oh Jesus! I was looking at the other. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm just gonna read some stuff and just kind of the most immodest resources of storage, particularly in this staff, stashed away articles and knickknacks. Just gonna learn about the rooms. Top dedicated studios. Mentioned this room by your uncle regularly needed to fix or improve a gadget or contraption. What do you got to say about the funeral parlor? Solemn room, the atmosphere, the logic of measured mourning, a dignified has been strategically placed a short distance from the casket, providing the bereavement with a gentle distraction, fitting tribute, we think, to the deceased fondness for puzzles. 62 times, wow. What do you got to say about the casino? Mount Holly offers an intimate existing setup for wagers of any scale. Maybe surprised to discover how much strategy is involved in these machines, which are traditionally only thought to be games of chance. A buy-in of 2 gems is required for admittance. Oh my God. Okay. I hope I'm not pausing it by doing that. But tell me about the drawing room. See if there's a clue in here about the damn safe. A social sitting room, wall-to-wall, with artwork and drawing. An unfinished sketch of Uncle sits on the easel in the middle of the room, providing a vivid image of what you were presuming his final days, depending on when the project was abandoned. I don't know when that would be. Conference room had anything? In his later years, H.S. Sinclair had become withdrawn from the public conduct. This includes occasional board meeting, which was held in professional setting. Nothing of note really there. None of the other rooms really. Tell me about the dogs. Sinclair's companions can be assumed the friendly hounds. Are anxious to meet their new master. That's me. Anything to say about the hallway? The hallway. No worry, does. Okay. All right, we're getting close. As I kill time. This might be if nothing happens, I'll be furious. Clickety, 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 clickety. I think I'm going to keep, instead of cutting all this out, I think what I'll do is I'll put something on screen that's like, if you don't want to sit and waste time with Noah, go to the time on screen, and we'll reach 1:30. Go clock go, go clock go. Let's read one more thing while we wait. Tell me about the tunnel. By going obstacles appears to crudely passage that looks like the work of some determined to get where they are going regardless of the floor plan summoning. Ah. That's fun. Okay. So with 5 minutes left, 5 in-game minutes left, I'm going to run down there because I think I want to be on the clock face. Another sip of juice, please. If nothing happens, I might just end the stream as well. Because I'm that upset. I'll gamble until I get 50. I'll do a roulette and I'll be done. Because I have other things I must be doing today. I'm getting anxious. Please have something happen. I'm noticing the cracks now, which makes me think this might be a super hammer thing and have nothing to do with time. I already have the hint that there's a sanctum key here. That's why I'm so, like, set on this place. Why do I hear footsteps? Oh! I certainly wasn't expecting cutscene. Whoop. I just hear extra footsteps. It's creeping me out. Okay. Alright, so the blue ones are true, the red ones are lies. Cool. So what does this say? What? Whoa. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's read all of these. Each of the clocks should be set to a different time. Cool. 5 of these clocks should be set to a time ending on an hour. So we have 5 ending on 00. Cool. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. So this could be one that ends on an hour because of 00. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. So my guess is this should be set to 7 o'clock and this should be set to 7 something. This clock should not be set on the hour ending to 00. So it should be. So this should be 7. So this should be 7, and this should be 7:07. None of these clocks should be set to times that contain the numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's very good to know. This clock should be set to a time that contains the same 3 numbers of another clock here, but in reverse order. Which could be someone really. This is handwritten, which means it's true. The clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in an ascending order. Okay. That's a problem. Those are positioned so that their times will go up. So that's handwritten, so it is true. The clock's neighbors should not be, but they both contain a 7. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. So this should be all the same, or at least have a pair of same numbers. Stop freaking out. The controller's freaking out. So I think this should be 07 or something. The neighbors should be set to time containing a 7. So this needs to contain a 7, but different numbers. And this one should be set on the hour and must contain a 7. So this has to be 7 o'clock. Damn it. That has to be correct. Okay? Because it has to contain a 7, and it has to be on the hour. This clock should not be set on that, so it should be set on that. The sticks are freaking out on me, and it sucks. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. So, all the same numbers. This clock's neighbors should be set to a time containing a 7. So, ascending order, right? So this has to be less than so I think this should be all the same, and it's got to be less than 7 o'clock. I'm going to set this to 5:55. Oh my God. Right? Oh, this should be 5:55. But it's got to contain a 7, right? Because it has to have the same number. So maybe it's 557 actually. Okay, so now it contains a 7, and the numbers are different. I can't do 6 o'clock. I think this might be 6 o'clock, is my idea. For now, I'm going to put this at 6 o'clock because we have so many that have to be on the hour. That's higher than 5:57, and then this is at 7. Okay. These are just my ideas. There's no 1, 2, 3s, or 4s. We get rid of those. This clock should be set to a time that contains all the same digits as another clock, but in a reverse order. So it could be 7:55. Right? That technically makes sense. There's 55 and 7. There we go. The clock should be going up. Okay. Each clock should be set to a different time. Makes sense. 5 of the clock should be set on an hour. So if this is, let's make this 5, and there's no 4s, right? I made this 6 o'clock. I made this 7 o'clock. 5 of the clock should be set on the hour. Each clock is at a different time. None of these numbers. The clock should be set to a time that contains this. Oh, man, the fact that I have controller drift right now is maddening. So it can't be like this is 4 and this is 5, because this is okay. And like the reason I've gone with 555 here is because it can't be like, because I have to have numbers that are the same, and I have to have a 7, right? I could do 707, but this one has to be on the hour and contain a 7. So it can't. So it has to. This has to be 7 o'clock. I'm definite on. This has to be 7 o'clock because it contains a 7 and has to be on the hour. It's the only way that this works. This one has to contain a 7. It can't be 7 o'clock, and it can't be 7 in the minutes in it category. So it has to be, the last digit has to be 7. But 2 of the digits need to be the same. Because it can't be all different numbers because of that. So that's why it's 5s. And it can't be 4s. So yeah, this has to be correct. So I set this at 6 o'clock so it could be on the hour. This is at 7, so it's on the hour. This is another clock, but backwards, right? Here's the thing. I think this needs to be 8 o'clock. I think this needs to be 8 o'clock. Because this can't be... 1, 2, 3, and 4 are both wrong. Oh my god, the drift. The drift is so crazy. I think this is 5 o'clock. Because that's the earliest time you can do. So let's just make this 5 o'clock. Boom, that's 5 o'clock. And then this maybe this is 9 o'clock, because that's the highest you can go on the hour, and because they... What? So this is 5:57, right? Then let's make this 6 o'clock. Does that work? That's on the hour. All right, how many are on the hour? 1, 2. This I think is correct. 3. This. All right, count them. 1, 2. That's not. 3, 4, 5. This is the one thing. This is the backwards one. So I want to make this 8. This doesn't make sense. So I made this 9 o'clock because that's the latest it could be. But like, okay, let's break it down again. So these are all guesses at this point, right? Okay. All right, except for that one, which is confused. Okay. Each clock should be set to a different time. That's an easy just thing to know. Each clock's got to be a different time. I was just like looking around. Maybe there's another clue somewhere I haven't seen. 5 of the clocks should be set on a time ending on the hour, which is zeros. I am currently at 1, 2. Ooh. Oh. So this is way off. I'm just going to set this to like 5:55. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, so I think that's where my mess up is. Okay, so each clock's different time. That's easy to bleh. This one must have a matching letter. I'm pretty sure 557 has to be correct because it has to contain a 7 and it can't contain 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this has to be correct. So we have to go up in time and contain a 7. And it has to be on the hour. So this has to be a 7. I feel like the only other clue that I have for what this clock would be is it's probably one of the ones that needs to be on the hour. So this has to be a 6, in my opinion, because we already know this is at 5. Now, I am at this point a little confused here. I think this is at 5, and now I think maybe instead of doing this time backwards, I should do this time backwards, and that's just the matter of like figuring out the times that go in between here. Okay. This clock should not be set on the hour, which means it must be set on the hour, which is why it's at 7. That's right. Okay. None of the clocks, and then they go up, and clocks are positioned so that the times go up in an ascending order. So I know this one has to be 7. I feel like that means, yeah, I think that means this is 8 and this is 9. So let's make this 8 on, and let's make this 9. All right. So this is on the hour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is on the hour. So I think this one and the reverse one are these guys. So this is between 8 and 9. So this has to start with 8, right? This is 5 and 5:57. So it starts with 5 and ends in 8. Starts in 5, ends in 8. That. 8. That was weird. So this is 8, so 5. But it's got to be less than this. So let's make this, no, 58, but it's got to be less than this. Oh, it's got to be less than that. Okay. 6, 7, 8. that makes so much sense, though, right, what we're doing right now. This has to have a 7 in it. Yeah. I'm so sure that that's correct. So it's got to be less. Okay, that's not a problem. This has got to be like 5. No, it is a problem. Oh, it's got to be 508. Because zeros are okay. Why is... All right, 508. And this has got to be 805. I got a big old brain. Sanctum key, and this controller's dying, which is fine, because I need to... using this one so that I can stop drifting. So I'm... Ha 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 ha. All right, so we got to run down and get the Sanctum key. But this is a successful day. Yeah, you guys can come with me as I run down. Hopefully, I should have enough steps. Unlock another sanctum. And if I have enough steps, maybe you'll see me gamble. But like, I'm so low on steps. I just had a wandery day. Gonna open up a sanctum key. Gonna open up another sanctum. Not if I get trapped in the boxes. All right. All right. $38. The doors swing open. I only have 2 left. All right, let's get the rainbow one here. Yes, I do. So the only one that remains is the one of the mystery of room 8, which I have not found. And I could also, like, just out of curiosity, like, it's the one that looks like dashes. That one. And then flowers. No. All right, those are the flowers. Oh, I gotta get back to the dashes. There we go. No! I was just gonna guess one. Just like... based off of the thing for... in the Clocktower. There's the flowers. Nope. Damn it, didn't get back to dashes. Damn it, the dash has changed again. So frustrating. Oh, there it is. Try this one. All right, I was just trying guess and check. I'm super out of time. Yeah, I don't have time to casino. I think I'm going to call it here. But hey, really successful day. Call it a day. We got the damn clock tower. I know I have plenty of steps left and things undrafted, but I'm out of time for the day. So thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Blueprints in my mid-sized villa. Only one Sanctum key remains, and that is the secret of Room 8, a room that I've yet to find. Still a lot to be discovered here in Blueprints, but that will be for another time. So be sure to subscribe right here to Plus 2 Comedy Game and catch up on all my past live streams. I'll see you all next time. Boop!